What's going on, guys? It is Wednesday, July 3rd, and I'm back with another quick free play baseball video. Like I said, going to be doing these probably daily now, kind of like quick hitters, give you guys some plays, give you guys thoughts on some games. Just one today that we're going to look at. We did have a nice card last night. We ended up with 8 plays, somehow won 7 of them. That's not something that you expect to happen every day, but that's good. We'll take it. Today's game, we're going to look at an AL Central matchup between the Tigers and the Twins, all right? And this one's kind of interesting because normally you look at a line like this and it's a bit high, right? I think Minnesota is minus 170 as a home favorite. And typically there would be, there kind of is a system in play on this game, right? And it would be on the Tigers because they're plus 142. This is an AL Central game, and they would be a road divisional dog. That's a system that I typically like and typically use throughout the season. This season, it's been doing okay. It's up a few units, not the performance that I usually expect from that type of system. But it's one of these systems that you split up across months, and you notice that certain months do better than others, specifically earlier in the season, right? So like April, May, June are kind of the sweet spot for that system because earlier in the season, you know, for example, it takes fans a while to get into baseball, right? You still got the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals going on. So earlier in the season, those home ballparks won't be as full, right? So home field advantage won't mean as much. That elevates the road divisional dog a little bit. As you get into this point of the season, now we're in July, you'll notice the numbers on that system start to teeter off a bit, and this is kind of when I start to pick my spots against it. Right. So, for example, in this game, I like the Twins today. The matchup is Keiter Montero versus David Festa. These are 2 rookies. All right. And each one does not have a lot of major league experience. Right. So the big man Festa, who is this 6'6" hard throwing pitcher for the Twins, had 1 career start. And, you know, he wasn't great. He gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, but he showed some potential. He showed strikeout stuff. The metrics, the expected metrics in that start were solid, but again, it's just 1 start. But he goes up against another rookie today, Montero, and in 2 major league starts so far, he hasn't looked that great. And the thing for me in this series is, just like you saw in the first game, Minnesota wins 5-3. They just have so many edges at the plate. They have so many edges in the bullpen. And I look at Detroit, right? After a really strong April for the Tigers, they basically have just been a below 500 team since then. You know, you look at their record and you look at some of their great starting pitchers like Screwball and these guys, and you think this team has upside, this team has potential, but they go so ice cold at the plate and they basically play below 500 ball on most nights. And even the bullpen started off really strong in April and since then has been one of the bottom 5 bullpens in baseball. So I really like the advantages that Minnesota has both at the plate and in the bullpen, and honestly, with the starting pitcher as well, even though it's a couple of rookies going. But I'm not going to play them straight up on the money line. The way I'm going to play this is the same way that I played the Red Sox yesterday. If you guys watched that video yesterday that I posted talking about taking a big favorite or just any favorite as a -1. So I'm going to create a -1 line on this game. Twins -1, which is going to be right around -122 odds instead of the -170 on the money line. And the way you do that is by splitting up your bet. So you can use a run line calculator. I'll link the one that I use down in the description. And it's going to tell you if you bet 1 unit on this game, it's going to tell you to split the bet 0.63 units on the money line and 0.37 units on the run line. And all that's going to do is if the Twins win 3-2, you get protected for that 1-run win. Your win on the money line basically refunds your loss on the run line. That's all that does. So that's a neat little trick. Keep that in your back pocket for the rest of the baseball season if you don't want to take a -1.5. For example, yesterday we had 3 run line bets, right? So we had the Mets -1. They ended up covering that, so it didn't matter. We had the Red Sox -1, also covered that, didn't matter. But the one that I took -1.5 because I saw more value on it was the Guardians -1.5. They end up walking it off and win by 1, so that bet was the loser. So this is why I started doing the -1 bets to just have that little bit of extra insurance. So again, for this game, Twins -1, -122, 0.63 units, money line, 0.37 units, run line. That's the bet. Good luck if you tail, guys, and I'll catch you guys back tomorrow. Let's get it.